And I'm muted. I'm no longer muted. Hey! Welcome back. That music is not coming through. That music is super quiet, that's why. Come on. Now whatever's good enough. Howdy. So, I have been working on this Kitbashing set now for a few days. And it is slowly starting to come together. For those of you who are on my Discord chilling around, Riba, I don't have it. You and I should do something together, Vladimir. Malo Riba. And so this is what I've been working on. 40. Jeez. Yeah, it's not that hot here. I think it's been like 10. Let's just go into material mode. It'll be a little bit quicker. And so we're using like a combination of a whole bunch of things at the moment. And that's mainly, I'm using Dream UV to UV unwrap the assets, kind of like as I go. My AC dropped dead in the car. Ugh, yuck. Yuck. But yeah, trying to build up a library that's already textured, and that way we can just start slapping it on pieces. So here's an example of one thing that I created. Just created a nice plain shape, and then just started slapping things on, if you know what I mean. This here is the cockpit that we've been working on. Oops. Let's just grab all that, Control J to join, and we'll bring that over. And then, yeah, kind of go into render mode, and this is what we're seeing. Shared it on the Twitterino. I mentioned you, buddy, in Instagram, just to let you know. Check the stories. Down. That way. But yes, beautiful, thank you. So, this is kind of like what we're going to be building. Going to be building all to these assets. What the actual plan is, I don't really have a plan, but a lot of it's just going to be boxing it out and just trying to develop out the system and the ideas and so on and so forth to see what we can create. I did use a little bit of Mid-Journey just to give me some ideas. You know, it's just not feeling it, if you know what I mean. But there was some nice, interesting ideas. So one, pretty much the ship looked like this, and then either side, W. Come on, Marco, you know how to use Blender. All it was kind of like this shape here, and it really kind of appealed to me. Now, I mean, that's what most of my ships look like, but if we were to, you know, maybe, I'm just going to save this. Let's save this just to make sure that I'm working in a right version, _live stream, because I don't want to break my original. So something the idea could have been is we throw it like so. And we really, you know, dig it in deep like that. We could probably give it some kind of like curvature underneath. And then what I'm thinking is, how about we select these two top bits? Let's press F, and then we'll press F again. So now we're kind of like sitting like that. What I'm semi-thinking, let's go Shift D, P, separate by selection. And let's find that little bit that I just cut out. Come on, where are you? There you are. I'm going to scale this. Let's scale this up a little bit. E to extrude on the Y. I'm going to go F, F, and F. I'm just going to move that back a little bit further. And then with that, I'm just going to cut it out. Let's just increase the size. And then it's like the cockpit has been slid in. You reckon? Not sure. So something, I mean, we could do something like that. And then technically, if I go, is that in the middle of this? Control C, Control V, and Control V. Beautiful. Let's now put that one into the middle, Control V. Let's rotate Y 180. And you can see kind of like just how we're slapping stuff together. James, what do you got? Good morning. From where? Oh, Portugal. Oh, jeez. It is currently, let's have a look. What's the temperature at the moment? What is the temperature? 6 degrees. Nice. It's actually quite warm in here because I've been abusing Blender already. And it is, yeah, the computer's like, howdy doody. How's your father? But yeah, this is kind of like the ideas that I have. And then once we've built some stuff, we'll probably end up just... Alright, I've done bad things. Control B. Ah, okay. So it's clipping through there. Do we like this shape? Let's go GX 0.5. GX 0.5. Like so. I really do like the round. Celsius. None of this rubbish. American Celsius or Fahrenheit. Who else uses Fahrenheit? Is it just the Americans? Anyway. I'm not sure, yeah. I'm not sure I like that idea. But what I will do is I'm just going to move it, have a stroke to start off with. I almost feel like... Oh, yeah, right. I almost feel like if I go into, whoops, Shift S cursor wheel to origin, and we did... It's almost like it needs to be a bit of a B-Wing-esque ship. So we're just blocking at the moment still. See if we can work out what this design will be. Rotate 90. That's a little bit extreme. I don't like that. Yeah, that is nothing but ugly. I mean, look, the reason why I actually don't have anything planned is because I kind of want to show off that design process. I mean, if we go down the Falcon route, we could go for something like that. Let's call it a USB-C ship. That's actually pretty clever. Yeah, do we kind of go like a Falcon-y route? And then we can just kind of like grab these, go Y. And then technically we could almost bring that one forward. Okay. Let's do this. We can go USB-C and we build off that. Let's kind of number these as we go, and then we can do a quick poll towards the end. So this is 1, 2, 3, 3. 3 is going to be... It does look like it. Yeah, I think very much so. It is a USB-C ship. Let's go... What's another silly version that we've seen? Not something that's completely impractical. I mean, obviously one of the important things is, like, what's the purpose? But I reckon we can work that out a little bit later. Or, I mean, we could even go something like that. Whoops. Rotate Y. And then we, whoops, put an edge loop through here. And we bring that down. And then this is kind of like a storage bit in here. We could even probably bring this forward if we wanted to. And what's another? One more design. One more. Let's see if we can block it out for... do we just kind of create an Apple iTunes, Apple phone thing? So something like that. And then we throw a mirror on there. Let's go into mirror. I don't know. We'll mirror it off that one. And bring these down. What are we doing? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let's have a look. Let's just run a quick poll. Nope. I got to do it through YouTube. Okay. Can I run a poll? Can I run a poll? Start a poll. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ask your community. So we've got 4 designs here. There's only, a few people here. There's only 12 people, so it's going to be pretty good. Let's go. Coops. Oh no, copper. Sorry, I read it as coops. What are we doing? 4. We're going with 4 design. Right. All right. That's looking pretty conscientious. Yeah, I wouldn't mind throwing in some trusses. I'd go with 4 and a HDMI. All right, let's go with 4. Looks like majority wins. Okay. You. Delete. Okay. So we're going to go with something like this. Now, the next question is, wow, everyone was pretty keen on that. Next question is, start a poll. Are we going to have it as cargo ship? Whoops, caps lock's on. Cargo ship, a fighter, a drop ship. Oop, I know. Drop ship, or are we going to have it as a mining ship? Ask your community. Let me know. What are we going to do? Are we doing a cargo? Are we doing fighter, a drop ship, mining ship? Let's have a look. Drop ship, mining ship. Ugh. Oh. All right. Privateer. Cruiser of Mercenary Command. I don't know. We're looking at mining ships. This is going to be interesting. 55. Okay, let's count them down. 10, 9, 8. If you haven't voted, 7. Oh, mining ship wins. I just saw the rest of them. Okay, a mining ship. Excellent. So from here, what that means is that we're going to have the main cockpit. Then I guess we're going to need some sort of like pods off to the side. So let's keep these. I'm going to remove them for now. And so that means we are going to need some cylinders. And this is kind of like where all the ore is going to go. And so I'm just trying to picture like a Star Citizen ship on how they have it. Shift D. So let's kind of now block what this is going to look like. GY. And then we're going to go Control J to join these. Mirror modifier. And we're going to throw that one into there. So it's going to be something like that. Yeah. And then from here, Shift S, cursor wheel selected. Let's throw in a cube. And we'll bring it all the way out there. Scale on the Y axis, scale on the Z axis. So picturing something like this. This is kind of like our walkway area in between the main silos. How are we going to mine? Are we going to have, I think we might have some pods underneath. So for instance, if we have like a little dome under here. Do we go, okay. All right. Okay. Let's do another quick poll. Start a poll. Do we do turrets on the side? Turrets. It's not useful turrets, but anyway. Turrets on under. Whatevs. Ask. Shut up. Go away. On the sides, or do we do underneath? Is the question. So we're going to kind of like throw it here-ish. I've just put a ball in for now. But it might be the case, you know, we throw it here or something. Like right at the front, or do we go underneath? Am I? Turrets under. Ugh, dang it, that sucks. I didn't want that. Alright, let's go. So we're going turrets underneath by the looks of it. You're right. Yeah. Turrets underneath. Okay, so we've got the turret underneath. We're going to have these massive silos on either side. What other things do we need to be looking at? Do I want... I'm not really thinking about doing a habitat area. Because the way I've designed this ship is if we kind of zoom in on it. And let's just go into rendered view just so I can show you what the inside looks like. I mean, I just dumped these assets kind of together. So the main section here is just kind of be where the two drivers are sitting. But then back here there is a bit of space that I've created. But yeah, I do like the idea. Yeah, I'll tell you what, for now, I'm not going to worry about doing a habitat area, but we could always add that in a little bit later. The turret will be underneath here. So we'll design that somehow to attach kind of like a mining probe, and we'll see if we can actually rig it so it kind of moves all the way around. Interesting. Okay. All right, so for now, we're going to bring this back, bring this lower. Maybe let's do a Control A. Select all. Shift S, cursor to selected. Right click, set origin to geometry. And then from here, I can select these three. Control L, delete vertices. And then we go into a mirror modifier. Whoops. Weird. There we go. And we can do X and Y. So now when we go ahead and we start working on everything, that's how it'll be. Propulsion units we'll have to work out as well. I am liking how I've got this set up with a nice, oops, sorry, microphone, how I've got this nice setup with a curved and so on and so forth. If you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, so on and so forth. Let's go shade smooth. Now, I am thinking we raise this up, Control B. I don't think we raise that up. I reckon we bring it down. And then we've got something like that. Let's pull it out a little bit. And then we'll do the same for underneath. Cool. And then what we're going to do here now, we're still going through the blocking out phase, and we just kind of start coming up with some ideas on how this is actually going to work. Because this is going to be our main laser turret, I would make the silos open on the top where the rock is dropped in by main. Ooh. So what I was thinking, drones. Now I think we might do a bit of a conversion of kind of like a tractor beam, and the tractor beam will pull it in, and then it kind of goes into each silo. Will you be texturing this in low poly? Will you be turning this to low poly before? No. So I'm going to kind of go through the whole process and texture as I go and as I create every little bit. By using that Dream UV set, should be all right. Would it spill up? No. So that's so. Aha. So what I was thinking is, let's go. We know that's the center. Yes. This is what I was thinking. Okay. This is what I was thinking. Is if I go into a cylinder, right click, let's dump it in here. And then from here, we have one box. Let's move this over. And it is going to go like this. Right there. And obviously, because technically with pipes and fluids and so on and so forth, you want as little movement as possible. Whoops. Shift right click, and you can see just how we're using the spin tool. And then what I was thinking. What I was thinking was doing this. Crud. Yes. And then we're going to go something like that. Something like that. And then shift right click, and we'll bring that in something like that. So some big get stuff tubing is what I was thinking. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all this section here and just reline it all up. Nice, 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 nice. Nice. I think that looks pretty cool. Obviously, I could be using Bezier curves and so on and so forth, but I just really like the spin tool and how that operates. So from here, let's go into mirror modifier. Nice. That was fairly straightforward. And that's that. Let's go like so. Do I have a slight feeling what I should do is actually grab all this, move it in. Not enough room. Let's try this. I'm going to grab all this now. Move it in like so. Cool. And then we can go Shift D, Y, scale Y -1. GY. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead now. This first bit, Control L. Let's hide that because that's just going to stuff me up. From here, I'm going to select this. I'm going to press V to rip. Select that. Scale Y -1. And that should have flipped around. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and realign this up. Select all, merge by distance. 32 vertices moved. I don't know if that's a good thing, but let's go with that. Select that loop here. Noise. There we go. G to the X. Now if I do Alt H, perfect. Look at that. Cooking with gas. Oops, we're up to individual origins. Scale Y0JY. And there we go. So that was the kind of system I was thinking about. And so they actually go into their individual pylon silos. And I think that... And now this is where we can obviously come in and start adding in blah, blah, blah. I was just going to say... Literally... Ah, thanks, buddy. I know I could be better. Cook with rocket fuel. Look, I could be better. I don't doubt that. But Marco tries his best, and we will see what happens in the future. I tell you what, if we only 15 likes, 16 people, jeez. I think I might have to start changing days of live streams, unfortunately. Maybe later on in the stream we'll go through and I'll show you what... where I'm at with my animated short film for the Unreal Engine competition. There was a post that was made in my Discord, and I thank whoever that was. I can't remember. Oops. And yeah, I've pretty much completed that film. I just got to do a little bit more editing on it, and she'll be right. I'm actually really happy with how that turned out, because it's been a while since I've used Unreal Engine. Look at that. That's grouse. What we will do... Oh, I haven't done this for ages. Let's go P separate by selection. We're going to go delete only face. Skin? How does this work? How does skin work? I haven't done skin for yonks. No, it's not skin. What's the modifier that makes it like a pipe? Wireframe? No. Or do you need wireframe? Now let's try that. E to extrude Z. Now let's go into wireframe. Okay. So maybe you just can't see it in edit mode. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Select all that. E, extrude Z. And we'll take that. Oops. Nice. Can I give it some extra thickness? It's been a little bit since I've tried this. How do we give it more geometry? Solidifier? No, because that would be... No, because on an edge, a solidifier doesn't know how to kind of turn into a pipe. I guess... Look, I could probably just do it this way. Let's go like that, and I'm going to go curve. convert to curve. So now it's a curve. What? No way. Now that it's a Bezier curve, we can come into geometry and we can make it a little bit thicker. Let's kind of give it a little bit more thickness. Nope, you don't want to do that. That's fine, you jerk. With that bit of thickness now, we can now go convert to mesh. And now we're back at it as a mesh. Excellent. So let's go auto smooth on that. And all I wanted to do was kind of... That's it. That's all I wanted to do. It's not bevel geometry. Nah, yeah. So that's what I kind of went with in the end on that one. And then, whoops, let's go into... So because we converted to a Bezier, it has duplicated all that. Lovely. From here, we'll do the same again. I'm going to grab all that, Control L, Shift D, Z, scale it up. And we'll pop that in like so. And then we're kind of just giving it some bracing around the side. I'm not too big of a fan that it's clipping into there. I think we need to give that some room. And then this is kind of like where we can add in some flanges and such for support. Yum. So we've got that now. From here, let's throw in that mirror modifier again. X and Y, lovely. Technically, what we could do now, let's just do a quick save. We could quickly texture this puppy up. So for instance, I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab that. Let's go there. Let's go there. Here. Nope. Here. And maybe one more. Make sure we grab that. We're going to go Control E. And we're going to mark a seam. Let's go N. And then we're going to go into my Dream UV stuff. Actually, I should probably bring that up, eh? And then I will show you some magic. Dream UV textures, copy. Here we go. That there. So this is what we're going to be working with for now. And if we go into material mode, we're not going to have any materials, which is fine. Come on, you dog. Okay, so we've got all bright white. Since we've applied Dream, let's go painted gray. Nice. And then we can select panels. And then, for instance, let's add in another one. And I want this one to be the red. Marco, you got to make sure you click assign, but good try. Marco, you got to select the material and click try. Beautiful. This material here. Let's go. Actually, we'll split these up as well. And whoops, box select, there we go. Control E, mark seam. Let's come to the front now. Control E, mark seam. And then from here, we can see that they look all yuck, nothing special. If I were to throw in the yellow Dream UV, nothing special. Go into hotspot, let it calculate that. Wham, bam, think, ma'am. We've created... yeah, some nice like yellow going around it. I don't like the fact that it's this. So a little trick here is I'm going to try and do select similar. Select similar length. There we go. We selected them all. Let's do a Control B to do a bevel. There we go. Nice. That's looking way better. Now, some other things we can do to maybe add some extra pizzazzle to this is I'm going to go ahead and select these panels here. Shift D, P, separate by selection. And I just want to grab that panel there. Let's go E, Z, and we'll bring that down. Let's go Control E, L, and we'll go E to extrude to something like that. Right click, shade smooth. Right click, shade smooth. Let's join these two. Control J to join. And then I'm going to cook on a hotspot again. All right, this is starting to scare me. Lux, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Control S to save. And then if we kind of come into here, we can see now that we're adding in these kind of like squares for extra support or something. What we might do is if I select this, Control L, oops, go into vertex mode, Control L, Shift S, cursor to selected, so it's in the center of the circle, I hope. Then I can come in, Control L, select all that, actually, Control L, Shift D, rotate 45. Let's make sure we go around the cursor, 45 to about there. About there, I reckon. How's that? Excellent. That's gone all the way to behind. And then if we come into material mode, you can see that we're just kind of like adding in these panels. From here, let's quickly snap these up. I've got a feeling that these will probably fail. Not too concerned. Actually, no. Let's put in some slots through here. And by doing this, this is just going to help the UV unwrapping. But as well, it's going to make it look like that all these pipes are welded together. Oops. There and there. And here and here. Control E, mark seam. Now, obviously, if I were to throw on, let's go painted, kind of looks like crud. But now if we go through the hotspot process, yes, perfect. It looks like now that we've got welded pipes. And so I'm really starting to like this process of texturing as I go, because the ship is, you know, more evolving as we progress forward. For like this bit, welcome somebody. I just heard that. Via Flavor Blender. Welcome. So yeah, let me know. What do you guys reckon? What do you reckon of the ship so far? I mean, so far we've only really worked on these pylons, the tubes, but what I'm trying to show you is just some of the techniques that I go through, and hopefully some ways that I think and problem solve. And I think with Blender, that's one of the big things. It's just learning how to problem solve. This is what you want to do. How the heck do you do it? Oh boy. So from here, let's select that. We're going to select all this jazz. How are we going to do this? Let's go G. I'm just going to make a triangle. And we're going to make sure we go into our medium point just at the top here. So we've got something like that. Let's go E to extrude, Control L, Shift D, Z. And so we kind of have these triangles in here. Let's make sure we throw in a mirror modifier. Nice. I do feel that maybe should create some sort of plating. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete this bottom one just for now, and we'll come back to it. Control L. Let's go G to the Y. Oops. Let's just select that face there. GY. Merge by distance. There we go. Now we've got a triangle. GY. Going to plop that one about there. GX. I'm going to plop that one about there. Let's grab this. E to extrude. And then we're going to have to grab both of these. E to extrude along the X-axis. Now, what was the point of extruding? Why didn't I just move that down? That's because now I've got these edges, and I can go E to extrude. Bring that down. And now that's kind of given us a section as if we can bolt it in. Manufactured at M3D shipyards. Oh, I like that. That's nice. Yeah. So that's kind of like now the process that I'm going to start doing. There is an add-on. I will probably make a video for it maybe on Monday or Wednesday on how to bake textures. It actually works pretty freaking good. And especially for myself, you know, I like to go out to Omniverse. But obviously if you go into Unreal Engine or Unity and you need to bake textures, works good. So from here, let's go into hotspot. Let's just have a look what it looks like now. Nothing. I'm going to come in and we're going to make this. Let's make it red. Let's go into hotspot. A division of Wayland. Tiny code. I like it. I like it a lot. And there we go. So now that's given us that. Obviously what we could even do is maybe put a radius in there. But I don't think we need that one just yet. One thing we've got to work out is how we're going to bolt these silos together. So for now, I reckon we just hide that. Whoops. Control S. Hide that. There's our ball. How can we bolt these and make them look really nice? I feel like I've made these pylons here a little bit too low poly, which is a little bit frustrating. And it's not like I can put a subsurf on it. But let's see if we can just simply do a bevel on all these pieces. Control B to do a bevel. No, not really. Dang it, Bobby. Unless we get rid of these pieces here. And then... Jeez. Let's try... Control numpad plus. Control B to do a bevel. Needs more support. Yeah, well, there is no support at the moment. So that's why, yeah, I need to create some sort of holding system. Yeah, that's what Marco's thinking. But if I do Control B like so. Oh, I stuffed up. I see what the problem is now. Okay, let's get rid of all this. Oh, sorry, let's do all this again. Okay. One and one more. I want to deselect that. I hate you. Do we go like this? And now we do Control B? Yeah, good enough. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot smoother. I mean, it's not 100%, but yeah. Chamfers, absolutely. Let's throw on some chamfers while we're at it. Love the engineering talk. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so the plating mechanism. How's this going to look? I think... Do we first need to work out this central bit? Because obviously we're going to be throwing an engine on out the back. Do we create maybe several engines? So we're going to have kind of like propulsion units. All right. Okay. So let's think this out now. Do we have... I'm just trying to think, where could we put propulsion stuff? Do we put them one set all the way out here? Another set attached here? And then we've got like a set there. And I mean, they're going to be super small, but kind of like as the ship turns, this is kind of what's keeping the ship afloat. What do we think about that? Let's oh my goodness, stupid thing. Start a poll. Let's go. Do we have down thrust? Yes, no. Do we put in down thrust? Let me know, yes or no. Click on the poll. Cool. Yes. You know. Ooh, someone's gone no. Interesting. As a ship turns, a sci-fi space soap. That's actually not a bad title. Ooh, we're half and half actually. Down thrust on the bottom solo, 57-43. We got 7 votes. What are we going to do? Down thrust? Oh, we're going yes. We're going yes. Can we get to 10 votes? 2 more. Put it in. Just give me a yes or a no. I do like that idea. All right, cool. Done. Excellent. All right, next poll. Where do the thrusters go? On the side. Under the silos. Add option. Oops, not an add an option. Ask the community. Okay, so we've got 2 options now. Do we keep them? Oops. Do we kind of keep them where they are? Or do we put them underneath the silos like here? And then this is kind of like what's keeping the silos together, and yeah, so that technically the ship's not bowing to the side. Under the silos is doing well. What do we got? 3 votes so far. What do we got? Keep going, keep going. I am liking the idea of under the silos, but I'm giving it to you guys. You tell me what you want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really want. You tell me what you want, what you really want. Riba. Bowing, yeah. I think under the silos have it. Excellent. Let's go with that. 3, 2, 1. Any other votes? No. Okay. Why the poll? You're a fitter and I know. I know. Control L. Invert my selection. Delete vertices. Excellent. So now we've got that. I'm going to select, get rid of this. Shift S, cursor to selected. And then we're going to have it like so. All right, so we're going to try and create some nice, spacious thrusters. And we're going to kind of want to rotate that around. Yeah, I'm using it. I know, but I'm trying to be part of the community. Give the people the opportunity to tell me I'm wrong. Which I am quite a bit of the time. Shift EZ. Let's go scale. So this is going to be our kind of like our main bit that's going to be rotating. So we could probably do put in some bones and such. Yeah. Not a lot of people today. Oh well. So what I am thinking is we're going to have the main bit here. This section here is going to be rotating around. And will probably be the main kind of like burner as well. And then from here, let's go Shift D. Shift D Z, E to extrude. Oops, E to extrude. And we'll have something like that, I reckon. Actually, delete. Start that again, and what I'm just going to start that again, and what I am going to do is add in, let's go 48 edges. Okay. So we're going to have something like that. Now I don't want it sitting directly on top. Sorry, directly underneath. So what we'll do is create some bracing that goes around it. But at the moment, we're in that blocking phase. Let's go I, E, ooh, ooh, ah, water, water, bing, bang, ooh, ah. So we're going to go something like that. Let's do an I to it, or whatever that is. Extrude, grab that, Shift D, E to extrude. There we go. I mean, technically what we could do is probably even make some small little fins that kind of like open and close. The sun is down and Marco is live. It is 11:15 p.m. at the moment. It is getting late for Marco and I'm getting old. Let's go into Shade Smooth. So something like that. And I reckon, yeah, let's create some sort of fins. And maybe those fins are the ones that move. How would that work? Well, I don't really want to add in a whole bunch of bones. But I do like the idea of just the fins moving. Now, there is a way that What's-His-Face made it. Chris Coon. He made an awesome way, but I just can't think of it. Because the way his method is he had not a fan, a kind of like a plate, but he overlapped all the plates all the way around, and then using constraints was able to do all that. 5:54 a.m. What are you doing up, Adam? Dev session. Stay on that grind. Oh, dude. I feel sorry for you. Okay, let's go like that. Well, hopefully, yeah, if you listen around and you listen to the soothing voice of something. So that means the Americans are waking up. Las Vegas. So, LA. So still too early in LA. But in, What's-His-Face, Florida. No. Yes, that means in Florida or New Yorkie style, it's like 8 o'clock-ish. I'm going to guess. Fins. Yeah, how are we going to do this? Okay. Do I do fins or do I... It's got to be fins. Oh, gosh. I don't think that's going to be enough time for tonight. I think we might come back to making all those fins. And maybe I'll just make a video out of it. But the plan is, if I go Control L, actually here, Control L, Shift S, cursor to selected, P, separate by selection, and then Control L, P, separate by selection. We're going to grab these two, Control J, and then what this will allow me to do is kind of like, and then it can have hopefully those micro movements when it's moving around. Maybe that's the way to go. Just keep it straight. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, you could probably even like hide the whole mechanism. Camera iris. Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. The problem is there's just kind of like I have to add in so many constraints to make it work because each of the individual pieces need to pivot on their own axis. So that's the only sucky thing, is setting all that up. And I got my stuff right now. I won't lie. So for now, let's kind of go like that. I'm going to add in a little bit of, just to make it look pretty for now. Let's grab a few of these edges. Like so, and like so. Control E, mark seam. And let's just kind of like, just quickly go through the process of texturing this stuff. Something like that. Whoops. Something like that. Something like, whoop. Something there. Something there. Control E, mark seam. Control S to save. Let's go into a hotspot. Let's jump over into a material. This can be kind of on a dark color under here, I reckon. Come on. Sweet. And then this here will do the same. Let's grab some edges. There we go. And one more. Control E, mark seam. Hotspot. Nice. That was pretty easy. And then this can be chipped gray. Oops. Hotspot. There we go. Nice. And that's kind of working out really well. But yeah, we've got to work on that bracing. You can put a gap on those seams in the engine. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do you mean, whoops, Control L, P, separate by selection. So it kind of just expands. I like that idea, Terry. That's actually not bad. Not bad at all. Let's just give this a bit of an engine color now. New. Let's go engine. Engine blue. And we'll make sure that's an emission. And then we go like that. And let's go 10 and make sure we assign. And then what you're saying is kind of go. And the heater's turned on. Those are tiny engines. Yes. For now, I reckon they are. I think they're more going to be kind of like stabilization. Wings make it look better. But what we're going for, Pyramid, is a mining ship. It's not going to be flying technically very fast. It's more just going to be plodding along. So let's go ahead now, quickly add in a modifier on everything. A mirror modifier of the silos. And we'll grab everything else. Copy to selected. Copy to selected. And there we go. So now we've kind of got, yeah, we've got our engines underneath. Lovely. And we need to add in, I think, a main engine towards the back. And maybe the idea is that if we go ahead and grab something like this. This engine here. And we have it sitting, oh geez. We have it sitting almost like that. Would offset the front. Maybe. So let's add in a new material and we're going to add in that blue engine, assign. And now we've kind of got, oh geez. What the? Oh! Whoopsie doodle. How bizarre. Makula? Did I? Okay, anyway. Assign. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's not too bad. It needs a spoiler. It's not really a hovercraft. It's going to have, yeah. But yeah, we can see how these pipes have come together. Now we need to create some sort of like bracing system that goes over the top of these. Shift S, actually we'll go here. Shift S, cursor to selected. Shift A plane. And let's kind of think about how we want to do this. So what I'm thinking, let's just do V to do a rip, Control L, delete vertices. So now we're just working with one side. Let's go into a mirror modifier. We're going to go G to the X. Let's go E to extrude X. And we'll bring that down. E to extrude along the X. Let's do another extrude. And then this time here, scale on the X. Oops, scale on the Y. And I can see now that that's not in the center. What? Go suck a lemon. Something about there. Scale on the Y. Maybe we do that. And then we can kind of wrap around. Okay. So, it's okay. We got this. Oblek, welcome. From here, we are going to do this. GG. 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 Nope, can't do that. Here. GG. GG. We're gonna have something like this. Let's just go merge by distance. And for now, ooh, I should have done that. Let's grab these. Control B to do a bevel. How's that going to look? Alright, we might have to come back to that one. I'm just throwing out ideas at the moment. Let's now go I to do an inset. Delete faces. Let's go GG. GG. That'll give us that looking cool. Okay, let's grab these. GG. Alright, let's mimic what I just did. Yeah, is that all the same? That's all the same. Make sure we select everything, merge by distance. And then from here, we're going to grab all this. I'm going to press I. Delete faces. Okay, that's not bad. I reckon here. Let's do, and here. I'm going to do, kind of want to, oh, actually, I'll just do it like this. Like that. Like that. And then GG. 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 Excellent. Let's go with that. And we're going to go with that. GG. And so, probably if you can't tell, trying to make some bracing. And now what we've achieved is that and that. Delete faces. I'm going to leave that chunky bit there, I reckon. I reckon that's going to look nice. Do you know any add-ons for baking textures? Yes, I do, funnily enough. Let me find it. Sorry, hang on. I do have to find it. I will be making a video on this probably tomorrow night or Wednesday. I'm just trying to get 3D scanning of a face working first. Oh, dehydrated and a half. And it's hot now. Let's go into, come on, hurry up and load. This button? Yep, there it is. Okay, let me just quickly crack that open. Where are you? That one. So I will be doing a video on this add-on here. Yeah, there we go. Found it. Anyway, back to this. I do like how this has turned out. Ooh, that's not the best. actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's kind of triangulate that. And there, please. F. Yes! That looks sick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on a solidify modifier. So we're going to have something like that. And then that's just going to sit on top. I don't know how well this is going to work. Let's go into hotspot. And we'll throw in... Yeah, that looks like crud, which is semi-expected, which is fine. So what we're going to have to do is just chop this up a little bit. So we're going to have to find some vertices to go. Control E, mark seam. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Here, 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 here. Through there. Let's actually grab this whole edge. Let's grab this whole edge. This whole edge. Control E, mark seam. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Control E, mark seam. And now if we go into hotspot, Control Z. Don't do that. Go into, there we go. Hotspot. And there we go. So now that's kind of unwrapped itself a little bit better. Nice. Excellent. And then obviously if we add in the Y, you can kind of see how we've created those bracings. And now it's all about, let's kind of create some plates that could go with this. Shift D. Scale Y0, scale Y0, Control L, scale that down, scale it on the X, and we're going to plop a plate there. Shift S, cursor to selected. Let's now go into a cylinder. 6, scale them down, and these are going to be like the big get stuffed bolts. Once there, let's now grab both of these, Shift D. Oh, actually, these here, Control LP, separate by selection. They should be separate because they don't need a solidify modifier on them. Shift D and Y. So we've got that now. However, looks kind of crud because it's all uniform. So what I'm just going to do is start just ever so slightly, just start rotating some of them. Just to break up that word. Let's now go into a hotspot. That is yuck. Control A, apply the scale. That is probably because we don't have any edges selected, so it's just having a heart attack. Control E, mark seam. Really? Okie dokie. Then let's go. Actually, let's just select everything. Merge by distance. Cool. Just wanted to make sure that we didn't have any duplicate faces. Delete faces. Let's go FF, 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 and FF. Select all. Hotspot. Please work now. There we go. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Oh. So I think we need to move everything up a little bit to about here-ish. So let's do that. Let's grab all that. G, GY. GY. Bring it up. And then we've got this edge here. GY. Control L. Make sure we do it on the other side as well. GY, I don't know about there, I think. Let's now grab this plate. Shift D, Y. We'll dump it in there. Is that the right spot? That is looking like the right spot. Let's grab this now. Shift D And we'll dump that one in there. Nice. Let's go ahead and then select everything. Shift D to the X. Plop it in there. And then I'm going to grab that one and that one. Control L, G, X. And I've stuffed something up. Yay, Marco. Ugh. I think you moves. There we go. Sick. How long has been your stream going for? Yeah, about... I don't know. Come watch now. Subscribe. Thank you. I didn't hear you pop up. But anyway. You must already be subscribed. Sick. Alright, let's just fix this up real quick. Let's go G to the X. Move that over. Oh, you dumb donkey. Did I not duplicate? Well done, Marco. You are awesome. Alright, how are we believing that? I think that's looking pretty grouse, actually. So from here, let's just apply all that. Let's apply that. Let's now go Control J to join. And I think what the engines are under there, which is a little bit unfortunate. But let's go Shift D, scale Y, X, Z -1. And I'm just going to move that down to there-ish. Cool. Yeah, you know what? That's not too bad. And I think if we like add in a whole bunch more of these, I think it'll look good. Please explain the vehicle. How do engineers and mechanics make repairs? So Alt H will be this central bit. So at the moment I'm kind of just working around the exterior of the ship, and then we'll come back in and fix all that. Over here is all the railings, and that's where they can probably move along if they're outside in space somewhere, so on and so forth. So we'll create a bit of a hatch system as well. But yeah, what the heck is that? Oh, you dumb donkey. Okay, let's quickly fix this up. I stuffed up. Let's grab that and that and that and that and that and that. Control L. Excellent. G, Y. Let's do it again. Select that. Select that. Select that. Select them. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it's a bit of a spaceship, so it doesn't really technically kind of not really matter how it's going to be completely operational. But that's a little bit too... There we go. Beautiful. Excellent. I'm really happy with that. I think as well, once we start adding in some of the pipes for this system as well, I think that'll start adding a little bit more to it. This engine, I don't think belongs here, but it's kind of, we just threw it in there just as a placeholder. But like texturing as we go. Did I just duplicate something? Nope. And then kind of, if we go into rendered view, we can see what it's going to look. Who cares about operational? Oof. I mean, it's not bad. It looks... I think this is going to be definitely the new way that I'm going to be modeling, is texturing as I go. Because like I'm getting results instantly. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and maybe work on this central section. Okay. So we know that we want that kind of bit in there. Let me just expand that to about here. Oh, somebody joined. Who just joined? Tom, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. So the one thing I do, actually, no. Let's do this. Because I kind of noticed this hole here. I reckon that we could expand here. Expand here. If I go now Control B, let's just do a little bit. Scale on the X. And now we've got this kind of like central area. Let's select these areas in here. Control B to do a bevel. That'll give us that. Oh, somebody else joined. Nishi? Aurora? Welcome! Welcome. Don't mind the mention, but the interiors are... At the moment, no. I'm not going to be worrying about the interiors. I think that's kind of been what slows me down, is justifying absolutely everything. For now, I'm not going to worry about them, but I could always come back to it and go ahead and throw that stuff in. What I am going to do, though, is Shift D quickly. And I'm just going to quickly get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. Control L, delete vertices. Excellent. And let's go Shift S. Oops. Right click, set origin to geometry. There we go. You never know when that might come in handy, that piece. This is obviously now as well. We can come in. We can start throwing in. Whoops. G. Start throwing in, you know, these kinds of pieces. We've got kind of struts. Shift D. Even put one there. Nice. What other parts do I really like that I've been working on? I like, these are some little jet engine things that I've been working on. You can do this, Marco. You know how it works. Let's plop that one in there. Actually, I didn't put this in the center. So let's go Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Let's go something like that. Shift D, Y, rotate 180. Nice. Now let me, actually, I haven't posted it in there for a little bit. Not that one. This one here. This is kind of like my dream UV pack. Did I miss it, or are you playing scale? No, I don't think it matters about it. I don't know. Let's. Yeah, no, I don't think it does matter. So let's kind of start grabbing this. I want this line. I want this line. I want that line. Control E, mark seam. Let's do that. Control E, mark seam. Control R, bring that one there, that one there. That and that. Control E, mark seam. We might even do this. Control E, mark seam. Control S to save. Make sure we don't die. Dream. Let's go into hotspot. That worked. Lovely. Into here, let's throw on a chipped grey. I don't think that's the grey that I want. No, it's not the grey I want. I think it's painted. Dark grey painted is the one I want. Dark. Ooh, actually, that's not the one that I wanted, but I'm going to take that one. Let's go ahead now and add in... Is this one painted grey? Yeah, I don't like the painted grey. Not right now. Let's go painted grey. Control L. And then let's go into that one. Yeah, cool. Just some different things. Let's come back into this. Come back into this section. Control L. Control L. Control L. That one there can be our grey, assign. Then let's go this one and this one here. Control L. You can be red. Just trying to make it not so symmetrical. I think this one here needs to be red as well. Assign. Nice. I think you should change the engine at the back. Yes, so that was just a placeholder, that one there. So this is kind of just like building that asset library. Actually, I've got to tear all this apart afterwards. And then, yeah, this bit here. Let's go there. Shift D, G, hold Ctrl, rotate there. Let's select that one. Control C. Control V. Might just make that one a bit bigger. Nice. This here, the mining thing. Fuck, what's this gonna look like? I want to sit down. I'm tired. Ugh, okay. I think it'd be nice as well once we throw on some decals. I think that'll look pretty schmick. For those of you who haven't watched the Star Citizen video, I've taken some of the ideas or some of the tricks. Have I though? I have a little bit. Taken some of the way they've approached their modeling and such. Maybe these struts need to be light grey. Make them pop some more. Ooh, yeah. What about yellow? Nah. Light grey. Yeah, to me that's not too bad. Let's just kind of go into rendered mode. I think having that like lattice style really adds to the mesh and to the industrialism, I guess. I think that looks really, really nice. I think something that will add a lot more to it is once we start adding in micro pipes, or even just small crud little pipes that just move around, move stuff around, gases, whatever. But this here, how's that gonna look? Do I make it? Okay, all right, let's do a quick poll. Okay, mining pod. Do I make it look like a crane? Like a crane cabin? Do I make it a B-52 bomber style machine gun pod? Add option. I'm gonna go kind of like triangle pod. And so what I'm kind of thinking is if we go into like B-52 bomber turret. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking. So do I make it? Oh, I'm in 4K. Oh, jeez, I'm so sorry. Let's quickly change that. You dumb donkey. I did not realize I was in 4K. Yeah, so we kind of got this, whatever the heck that is. So we got kind of like this thing underneath. Do we go with a crane cabin? So something like that, and that's what sits underneath and kind of like rotates. Or I do like that actually. That looks really nice. What was the other option? Triangle pod. All right. Yeah, that's. There's 26 people, only 8 people voted. So we've got this kind of cabin, a triangle cabin. I don't know what I was thinking about triangle cabin, but I do semi like this one. But we want a bomber pod, which that thing's tiny. I would not be able to fit in it. But that's what we're going for, huh? 56%? No? 10 votes? Oh, crane cabin. Let's go like this. So it's either the crane cabin or the bomber cabin. We've got 11 votes. Pick your poison. 11. Custom built small airmen. Yeah, tiny airmen. Yeah, that's why we've got a crane cabin, which I think is a little bit more industrial than this pod style. Come on, give me another 4 votes. So at the moment we're on 14. The boys are calling me for get on my stream, you donkey. 14 votes. Okay, we're going with that one then. A sort of mix. I think I'm gonna have to. I'm really liking this one here, and I think maybe if it sits on a disc and that's kind of like how it rotates. I'm not really thinking about. Look, when I'm playing Star Citizen, I'm not thinking about going out and people killing me. Have they? Yes, they have. Was I salty? Yes, I was. Oop. 48. All right. So we are going to go with a cylindrical style. All right. So we're going to go something like this. I think that is way too big. If I go cube, so this cube here represents the size of a person. Obviously, if the chap's 2 meters tall, which he's not, so let's go scale Z 0.95. That's going to be the size of him. Now, obviously, he's not going to be standing up. So if they're sitting, they need to be about here, I reckon. And I think that works out perfect. Because what we'll do is we'll install like a hole here, and that's kind of like where they can get in. Yeah, let's do that. And then from here, if I go Shift D, we can go something like that. You know what? No, I don't want a round one. I'm vetoing it. What I'm thinking is we have a square one. Something like that. We will bring that back like so. Make sure it's still in the center-ish. Come on, Marco. You know how this works. Control L. Come on, you dog. There we go. Something like that. I think this is a bit too wide at the moment. What the heck? Let me just lock my computer. Control L. Scale X. Let's go like that. G, Y. Like this. Control L. Okay, so I like this idea. And we'll see if we can... Oh, but we've got that. I mean, technically, if we kind of want to go with the same theme, it would almost be a Control B. Something like that. With a ball at the bottom. Auto smooth. What this means then is I can put an edge loop through here. Edge loop through here. If we select both of those, scale X, scale Y 0, GY. Let's do a V to do a rip. Who doth joineth me? Alim, welcome to the channel. Okay, it is in here somewhere. Delete face, Control L. Let's now grab that face there. Awesome. Delete face. What this means now is I can select this and this. Oh, wait. Oh, that's why. Control L. I'm going to punch you in the throat. V to rip. Control L. Delete vertices. Control LP. Separate by selection. And from here, let's go into a mirror modifier. Mirror modifier. And then we go F. Excellent. Now, all that work just to do this. This is going to be a piece of glass. Separate by selection. This here is going to be a piece of glass. P, separate by selection. And this here is going to be a class. Let's grab that. Control J to join. This now here becomes a solidify modifier. Yeah, sweet. 0.01. Which means now we can chop it up a little bit. So chop, 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 chop. Let's do one there. Let's do one there. Let's do one there. Do one there. Control E, mark seam. Control E, mark seam. Then we can come back into Dream. Hotspot. Let's throw painted red on that one. Yeah, close. Go away. Close poll. Botaniq, sup? This one here becomes glass. Control S to save. Excellent, excellent. Let's now go ahead. You've got this blender. I've got a chair somewhere. There it is. Shift D. Oh my goodness. Can you stop being a jerk? In the middle. Actually, this is what we'll do. Grab that. Control C. Control V. Let's come into front. Oh, that's a bit of a tight squeeze. Okay, I made it a little bit too small. Let's go from something like that. We're going to go like so. And then I'm going to grab all this and we're going to move it back. Nice. Let's throw on this here. Let's go I to do an inset, E to do an extrude. And that'll be kind of like our rotation surface. And that's going to be plugged directly into the cabin. So I'll press an I to do an inset. And then that's kind of like how he climbs down. Grab this section in here, GZ, push that all the way up to about there. Then we could probably grab this section here. Shift D, scale Z -1, GZ. And then that'll cover this gap there. Patrick, sorry. Hi. I'm pretty chuffed. I'm pretty chuffed with what has been accomplished. I think through the week, I'm going to be on my channel. Let me just go invite people. Copy the link. There is a link down in the description somewhere. But jump on my Discord. I've been streaming a lot more on there as well throughout the week. I think I might do a live stream for the American audience sometime this week. That's not bad. That's looking good. Now the big thing will be... Okay, stop. Now the big thing will be is connecting these up. That's slightly annoying. Let's let me just quickly fix that up. I'm gonna grab all that. All that, all that. No. Yeah, I really like how, yeah, all these pipes are coming through. I think once we start going in and adding all the other pipes, it's gonna look schmick. But yeah, I'm gonna just delete that for now, quick. Hang on. No, that's fine. Okay. But just for now, let's jump over into the sci-fi engines. And let's dump one of these in here. I am semi-thinking like this one. Let's go... Rotate Y 90 degrees. And I'm going to get rid of all this. Control L, delete vertices. Control L, delete vertices. Good enough. And let's grab this. Oh, actually, we are going to have to wing this because I know it's not symmetrical. Just save it. Let's try and I'm going to throw this into Dream UV now. See if it works. See if it's going to break. I don't know how many engons are in this one. Don't end. I have a reason to not go. Well, shut up, you and your 2/3 of an acre. Or 2 to 3 acres. I think it's 2/3 of an acre. Jerk. We had this discussion on Discord, Terry and I. And whoever else, Spooky, I think was there as well. Alright. Now let's... we're going to go with... dark grey. Excellent. Beautiful. Let's go into the next one. I'm going to go into you a yellow. This panel, Control L. Nice. You can be yellow. Let's throw on another color. Let's go into a chipped dark gray. Let's do that one. And I want that one, that one, that one. Control L. Assign. I reckon this and this. Control L. Let's add in another material. Oops. Control L. Let's add in another material, and I think this one's going to be kind of like scratch dark gray. Assign. Yes, look at that. Oh, darling. And then I'm going to add in one more blue light. I mean, it's not bad. A couple more hours? Absolutely. And I think I'll probably work this through time to purchase some grazing animals. Yeah, you got your own lawnmowers then. Absolutely. I think that black does not work. I think some kind of like grungy decals on there. Let's grab maybe this one here. Oh, 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 oh. So I'm going to keep working on this Greeble set, and this will eventually come up on Patreon, and hopefully on Blender Market and Gumroad eventually. Ooh. I really actually do like that piece. Let's grab this one here. Nope. This piece here. Oh yeah, I remember this one. There we go. Nice. But yeah, definitely once kind of like the smaller pipes start coming in, that's when it'll be good. I think as well, kind of when we start kind of connecting, let's go to Control S. So if I do just a pipe here, we'll just do a small one real quick, and we go 16. Now, technically, I could probably just draw one, but I don't really want to. So I really want small pipes. Oops. Something like that. Into there. Oops. Something like that. Let's go. What else? What else? Let's go like this one. Shift D, rotate Y, rotate Y 90. E to extrude. Do I have a mirror modifier on? I don't. Let's go mirror modifier on this piece. On the Y. What have you done, Marco? Let's go Control A, apply the rotation. Sure, whatevs. Clipping. Delete faces. Let's go with Control L. Shift D. Shift D. Shift D. technically, if we were to throw in some... if we were to throw in some... Yeah, I don't know what color. Like, I don't think a... almost like black. I think this could be black. No. Black, Marco. Black. Maybe nice light gray. Ooh, maybe we can even go yellow. It's 5 for 5, baby. It's delicious. All right, I'm coming in. So let's call it a night. This ship will be hopefully by the end of the week available on Patreon. The whole Kitbashing set as well. Once that's completed, that'll be up. You can buy it separately, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, from afar, that's looking... Let's call it a night. New to the channel, welcome, subscribe. Catch me live on Sundays.